Hey there, everybody. This is Lexall CV, and today we are back with another game of Lost Seas D&D. Here is our DM Mira Raven for our intro.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. If you actually are, uh, sorry that came out sounding wrong. Sorry. Anyway,
If you're actually there,
sorry to our two fans.
throw in the shade right off the bat. God,
Dang.
let people
Sorry.
at
Apparently,
least log in first. God.
damn, I'm feeling a little. I'm sorry. Apparently, I'm a little salty tonight. Anyway, our party just finished a extensive dungeon that took a couple party members a little bit of time to figure out which one was which, and realized that it was going through the Goonies, and they ended up with their own second ship, and they've brought it back to be with the Tory, and now have to figure out what they're going to actually do. And that is where the game picks up, and we will start out on the Tory. So let me get the music started, and we can go on from there.
So we have two boats.
You're in possession of two boats.
We don't have enough crew for two boats.
Well, y'all ran your boat with 4 people. Immolation is about half the size of the Tory. Like, if you look in your documents under the party, you see there's the Immolation and the Tory. But as y'all are getting off, y'all moor the boats together, Boss, even though he's on this map, will stay over on the other one. Aldrich runs over. Yo, Jensen, we got another boat. We found another boat. And you just hear them all of a sudden start conversing in Halfling about how awesome it is that y'all now have 2 boats. Y'all can be pirates.
We are not going to be pirates.
Do you speak Halfling?
No, but I can guess they're scheming.
All of a sudden you hear Jensen. You're like, how did she actually understand what we were trying to say? Like, I mean, did she speak Halfling? And all of a sudden, you just hear, yo, do you speak Halfling?
No.
And then they go back to Halfling. Kogo, you can hear, okay, she doesn't speak Halfling, so we can keep talking bad about her.
Kogo does.
Kogo, I mean, you hear them saying this.
She's just gonna shrug and let him keep shit talking.
So, what are y'all going to do?
Get back in a roll 20 because somehow I backed out of it.
Also, for some reason, my connection is just not good right now.
Not.
So, where is the closest port of call where we can potentially hire crew for?
It is still Broken Ore, which is about a day and a half, 2 days south.
So I think we should decide on how we're obviously going to have to split the crew. Some of us are going to have to take charge of whichever ship, which would probably be the Emulsion, to go to take that back home. So
We've already been out for 6 months. We have to break up the party. For 6 months for someone to take it back.
Well, we could hire on a crew, have a couple of have some of our crew take that back. A couple of the goblins, Torvin, potentially even Bass. It'll give us a chance to get rid of Ulrich.
We could just keep the other boat with us if we hire another crew.
This is also another option.
Torben comes walking up from the bottom. You found another boat.
We found another boat.
What surprises you?
I like it. Look at all those ports.
And also, but something that I just thought of, probably a good idea to, keep the other boat with us now that I think of it, considering the fact it is full of. And he's gonna look over at Ulrich. Well, he knows. It's considering the fact that it's essentially full of treasure.
Also, isn't there an incorporeal parrot flying around in there somewhere?
Yes, that is something that was left unresolved from last game. The parrot was still there, but the weaponry that the captain used went with them. So there's just a ghost parrot sitting in the captain's quarters.
I like him. He's funny.
You just hear a squawk from the other side, and boss, it said something disparaging about me. Am I allowed to kill it?
I don't think you can.
The operative word here is incorporeal.
You hear
I didn't
a
even
hiss
know
and
that
draconic
parrots could
back
be
at the parrot.
incorporated.
Oh my god.
So, considering what we found on the boat, probably want to keep it closer to us and further away. Maybe we should go back to Broken Oar and see if we can hire at least a small.
That is going to have to be. That is definitely going to have to be a first priority. Is manning boat, getting enough personnel to man both ships.
And also new paint job on new ship.
That's
And
not as
also
high on the list,
potentially-
Coco.
And also potentially liquidate some of the larger pieces of value into smaller things of more value, of the same value.
Yeah, that's true.
Torben's just going to keep looking. Do you need me to start getting some of that stuff from over there over here?
That's probably a good idea.
Pretty
But
sure
it's-
you want the money barge to be the one that you know better than the one that you're towing or have other people on.
Yes. Besides, if we keep this, if we stay together, then keep the ships together, then the new ship is definitely smaller, more versatile, and and can be used more as an attack ship or quick conveyance. Whereas the Tory can be the headquarters essentially. The first thing that I would like is for Torben is for you to go and give her a once over. She's old, and if anything needs to be, any precautions need to be taken, any repairs that need to be seen about now, it's better to figure that out now than it is to bail on the way.
All right. That's Sonny's department. Sonny, I'm already on it. And you see that your other halfling, the carpenter and your resident wizard on the boat, swings over Arrow Flintstone and lands on the deck and just starts giggling maniacally.
I think she's excited.
And Avi is going to call up Joshua. And
All right, sir. Yes, sir. How can I help you, sir?
Because Joshua is the cook, correct?
Joshua is the head of the goblins. Greg is the cook.
Greg is the cook. You and send Greg over to take stock of the kitchen. Actually, you and Greg go there while the boat is getting the once over. Give a look over the living quarters and the kitchens and see how those are for how habitable they are. This, as I said, she is an old boat.
All right, sir, I can do that. I'll get him. I'll get Greg and we'll go right over, sir.
Ignore the ghost parrot.
All right. That's weird, but all right. And he scurries. Greg and him scurry across and start going over to the other boat. And after a couple of hours, Joshua comes back. Oh, sorry, I hate to inform you, but the kitchen, it's wrecked. That oven is rusted solid. There's a bunch of dead chickens, too.
Yeah, we knew about the chickens.
There was 36 of them.
Yeah, they were in there with the parrot.
No, they're not.
Those were cows, I think, wasn't it?
There's dead cows and
That's right.
the chickens at the bottom of the boat were dead. But Avi, you remember that there were 40 dead chickens.
How many did you say?
36, sir.
Where are the rest of the chickens?
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
We are short for chickens.
Give me a perception check. You notice that there's feathers at the corner of his mouth.
Ew.
You do realize that those chickens are conceivably hundreds of years old.
I know.
Sounds well aged to me.
I really like chickens, sir.
Understood. Do with them as you will.
About that time, you see Greg's already got a bag of them over his shoulder, and it's like looking like, is it cool to come over? Is he mad? Are they mad? Is it cool? Do I need over the boat?
Just bring it.
And just scurries across.
I want to see you eating them.
So we will
Greg
need to...
Greg just smiles, and there's a chicken foot stuck in the tooth.
Ugh.
So if we need, we might as well start a list of things that we'll need to replace to get this to get her seaworthy and livable again.
Apparently, lots of chickens.
Apparently.
So Sunny comes back just a little bit later, and she goes, "Well, for its age, it's in remarkable condition, especially all the nautical miles that it's definitely put in. But there's no real crew quarters to speak of. Everybody seemed to be there's like found a couple floor mats and like bed rolls down between the cannons. I mean, not cannons, but ballistas. All in all, it looks like some of the hull's been damaged. Expected. The foremast has a crack that need to be fixed. The keel, pretty sure the keel needs to be looked at because if it was in a shallow water cave like you found it in, that's probably hit the bottom. The captain's quarters has a hole in the roof and some broken furniture. And then, just again, more pitch, the ropes, and the kitchen is a wreck. And we probably want to get rid of what looks like was probably a slave holding section.
God, how big was the slaveholder section?
Big enough to make probably a crew's quarters.
That's what we're going to do.
Can it make it back to Broken Ore?
Oh, I can make it back. I mean, it'll still we're in shallow water now. I mean, it can make this, but I wouldn't want to take it out in the open sea.
We should
So-
make a brig in it.
We should also probably get it registered so that we're not carrying a pirate ship or a unregistered vehicle. Because I mean, we still work for. Well, we do still work for Velo, right? We're not going to start our own thing.
No,
we,
no,
we
we're
are,
still
we
working
are
for
still we are still working for Velo.
Okay, because I heard the other ones. Don't be a narc.
We're not going to be pirates. We got a
So
good
you
wig. We're keeping it.
you're like, are you like 100% on that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, noted.
We are a legit business here.
80-20.
Kogo.
Kogo not gonna do anything. Kogo just more open-minded than you guys.
Kogo and the halflings get on the other boat.
Obviously,
Captain Kogo.
I was gonna look at Kogo and go, Kogo, do you remember what happened? Do you remember what happened to me the last time I was on one of those ships?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cages are not fun, especially in port towns.
Fine.
Tyrone just walks over to you and tugs on your sleeve. Avi,
Mm-hmm.
was it called a gibbet?
It was called the shithole, and I would prefer never to go back to one. As a matter of fact, I'm hoping that I'm hoping our percentage for bringing this ship back with everything that's on it is going to hopefully pay for me to be completely pay for me to actually be free, because let us not and let any of us not forget the fact that I am still a prisoner. So hopefully this gets us enough money to where I can actually be a free man and not a slave with with free range, which is essentially what I am.
Torben's gonna come across the gangplank. You know that by the time we make it back anyway, your 3-year indenture contract would be expired anyway.
By the time we make it back.
This is true. And while I trust our horned and generally even-tempered employers, this is not the first time I have been associated with one of these contracts, and it would not be unheard of for a surprise clause to be dropped into it that states, "Oh, it was 3 years while you are here. So any time away from port does not count towards your indentured status." Not to say that our employers would do such a thing, and I trust them impeccably. But I have seen it happen, and until I sign the paper, until that paper that holds my freedom is in my hand and on fire, then I am taking no chances.
All right, just saying there's options.
And you are correct that there are options. I am just playing the safe game, because the last time I took a large risk, it was a 3-month. It was just a 3-month cruise from one island to another to deliver 4 boxes that happened to be illegal firearms that ended up getting raided by the local constabulary. So, by no fault of my own, I just happened to be there. And then this adventure began, so I would like to not have to do that again.
All right, Mom. Who do you want over on that boat?
Seeing as Kogo and I are, as far as the operating member, the seeing as Kogo and I are the most experienced seamen, then I would suggest that we split at some point. I suggest that we split. I take one ship, Kogo takes the other, and we split the crew as necessary to get it back to Broken Ore. It shouldn't be much.
I'll stay here because I'm more used to being at the helm of the Tory.
This is true. I will take Ulrich. Ulrich, Joshua, Torben, and what's her name? The shipwright.
Sonny?
Sani, and Bass.
I'm already on this one. He's like waves from the other boat. The parrot is an asshole.
Yes, as I said, I like him. And we
By the
will
time you see the parrot fly by and peck him on the head and then fly off.
And I like him even more the longer I know him. We will take the new boat, and the rest of you take this one, and be ready to make once we shift a lot of the weight from over to the Tory, we can set off to Broken Ore, and then we can see about getting this thing fixed up, and then hiring some crew.
Sounds like a plan to me.
I'll say over the course of the next day or so, you're able, day and a half, because I mean, you're having to walk across a plank over, they're calm, but not like, there's still movement. And it takes you probably almost a day and a half to get everything transferred over from the other boat and ready for both boats to actually go. And then you sail down to the city of Broken Ore, and you are directed again to the lower port. As you come in, the port authority is looking like there's a crowd gathering, like from what some of the outlying, like little beacons and watchtowers that are further out into the bay. People are gathering at the port because it's an honest to God ancient or antique pirate ship coming in behind y'all.
I didn't think about the attention we get from that.
It'll be fine. What can go wrong?
Never say that, Avi.
Both boats get moored along one of the longer docks, and the port authority comes in, and the guy, when you put down the gangplank, may I come aboard?
Is this the Tory or the immolation?
To the Tory.
Yep. Come on up.
All right. So, and he comes up, walks over. Okay, I need your registration, your papers for this boat, and I'm assuming the other one came with you there.
Now he's going to make his way off of the immolation over and back onto the Tory. Yeah, salvage rights. We actually need to see about getting her registered and potentially a dry dock and somewhere for our shipwright to work to get her patched up.
Yeah, we can do that. It's we'll have to send an inspection team to look the other one over there, kind of give a second opinion to you about how long you'll need to be staying in our docks.
That'll work.
So this paperwork checks out. You're saying you need to register that one there.
Aye.
All right. Then who's the captain?
This question again.
Coco's gonna puff out her check.
We
It's
all are
you.
captain.
Ah,
Oh yeah, you're the Calmoon captain kind of bull here. Yeah, I remember y'all.
If you need a name for the registration, you can put mine.
Okay.
Coco's gonna
Well,
grumble
first
under her
off,
breath.
it'll be, if you need repairs done, you'll need to be here at least a week. So that'll be 100 gold
Done.
for the both of them.
Oh, that's nice. We can possibly get some work done on the Tory as well.
And I'll be needing you to come down to my office there.
I can make my way. I can make. We can if I was gonna look over at Kogo and Arlana. If one of you wants to come with me, the other can start getting the knuckleheads together to start the process of things.
Coco can stay behind and work on the paint job.
Correct workflow and then paint job, Kogo.
So Arlana is staying. Kogo.
Aldrich goes, look, I'll be honest, more of us are going to listen to the big lady than driving lady. She's rude.
While I understand
Kogo,
that,
remind me that you have to teach me some how.
I can try.
while I understand that, you know what? Whatever. Kogo, my friend, my oldest and dearest friend, I give you leave. Don't make it too garish. Remember, this is still going to be a working ship.
I know.
Kogo's
That's
idea of having a half-naked Sapalo painted onto the side and just thrown out the window.
Disappointment.
We can call it Sapalo's Grant. I couldn't stop myself. I really couldn't. Like, it popped into my head and went, "That's funny," and then I just said it. So let's try to keep to traditional colors, or not. Whatever. Surprise me. Let's go.
Don't ever tell her that.
As
I
they
might not
walk
know
off,
her as long as you, but I've known her a while now. Don't ever tell her that.
as they walk off, Aldrich looks up at you, Coco. Oh, he did say surprise him. I think we should have fun with this.
Coco's pretty good at surprises.
Not too much fun.
I'll just come back and it's dick butt.
Let's see.
PG. Make it PG.
Alright, so how much? That was 100 gold, you said?
100 gold to dock both boats for a week.
Okay.
And once you're able to move, they're going to start getting the boats ready. Like the Port Authority folks are going to come in and help the crew to get the boats ready to go to a dry dock.
And there will always be no less than 3 members of our crew, or no less than 2 members of our crew on board both of these boats at all times,
Okay.
even while working on them, because, well, we've got a metric fuck ton of wealth in one of them, or technically in both of them at this point, but
But you took all the treasure off the other one. The other one's got armaments and the fact that it's literally a small vessel of war.
okay, so all the gold is on the Tory now. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and like I said, the specs for the ships are already listed,
Okay.
like including stuff for if you get into
Oh, nice.
ship combat. However, for the immolation, I told you the bolts that you had, so I
Okay.
think you wrote those down.
I think I did. Yes.
So you should be. I think you should be able to edit these documents on the vessel.
Okay. Because I got it on I got a list that says a Google Doc with everything that I have on there. And we have a lot of money. So there will be at least 3 members of the crew on the Tory at all time.
And two on the other.
And 2 on the other, because, I mean, well, let's face it, we potentially have the end of the world hidden in our hold.
2 of them.
Oh yeah, I forgot we got the second one, didn't we? So yeah, we'll see about going out and finding people to come and basically retrofit the aforementioned slave quarters to crew quarters and redo the captain's quarters.
Okay. So first thing you got to do is talk to the port authority, because they're also going to be the ones to set all that up. Because even though Sani's good and you got your guys too, you are going to have to use some of the port's people to help fix these boats and update them.
Sani's gonna be the foreman, but we need contractors essentially.
Basically, you need so many hands, or else you're going to be working on this boat forever. So you go into the Port Authority's office. He goes, "Okay, there. So, are you registering this under your own name, or are you registering it for the company that you work for there?"
Probably better do for the company.
Yeah, who would be registering?
It'll be under the company. I'll be sending a word after we're done here.
Since Bello is an insured trading house there, that'll take down some of the cost on some of this initial paperwork here. So their registration and the initial inspection cost will be about 2,000 gold. Get all the papers signed and get all the legal done.
Okay.
So since y'all are the ones here that have it, what y'all gonna name it? What's you're gonna keep the old name on there from old Hambone Johnson. Like the legends can't believe the boat's fucking real.
Yeah.
Do we want to keep that kind of attention?
Oh no, I wouldn't do that, love. I'd change it. Well, I mean, also, it's 100 gold to change the name, so I'd say change it because I make some money anyway.
There we are. Huh. So
Fuego.
Hmm.
Is that there your consensus?
Now follow me here. The rat's nest.
Okay,
That sounds
Avi the rat.
Bold and brash.
Pure coincidence, I assure you.
Uh-huh.
Uh. Huh. Okay. He's gonna look over at Alana. Okay. How about this? Devil's Pride. Because they're gonna love this thing when we get it home.
Yeah, I like.
Okay, little fiendish there. But okay.
It's an inside joke.
Hopefully, Kogo doesn't paint the other name on it.
Honestly, I knew this was coming, which is why I kind of told her to surprise me because it's not like it's going to matter in the long run.
Also, just for the record, the DM has agreed to what I've chosen to paint y'all's boat as, so it has been agreed upon.
You never ask the DM for stuff like this.
No
Ever.
take backsies. I didn't ask you. I just showed it to you, and you said yes. So I'm like, oh wow, that's definitely an okay.
But that's like saying, I really wish we'd run into a mimic soon.
So that we could ignore it completely and go in the other door.
Okay, so he goes, okay, so there we go. Devil's Pride, got it down, needs some signatures there.
I will sign and then slide it over to Orlana.
Orlana sign.
Okay, there, so, it'll probably be a day or so until we can figure out what all's wrong or needs to be fixed on your boat or get her into the dock. So enjoy yourself. We'll find you in the morning.
Best place to hire a crew, in your suggestion?
Oh, you put it on like a notice board. Also, I would, recommend you put it over in the upper docks, because if you put it over here, you'll find just all sorts of weird fuckers that come in. And
No,
I'm
we
sorry
can
that I
track
keep switching between Wisconsin and Irish.
No, I love it. I love his accent. It's amazing.
Sarcasm.
No, I do. I was just smiling when I said it. Now I'm sad.
No, it's fine. So y'all have till the next day.
Wait, does
before the
Kogo
ship
also
leaves.
get to pick what name gets painted on the boat if she doesn't know that they're renaming it?
Yes.
Fuck yes. Okay.
God damn it.
So, are y'all going to go back to the boat this evening?
I figure we'd go back to the boat and let everybody know.
Okay.
Unless I do want to send word to Velo. However, I need to do that we have found this boat and have it with us, and we have registered it under the Velo trade. I don't want surprises when we get back, like, what the hell is that?
Yours now.
Yeah, let's not make that a surprise.
It's,
when we get back.
y'all can find a you can find the Sea Pony Express. It's a business of wizards that use sending spells and transportation spells to send people to the other islands. For about 50 gold, they'll send a message.
Yeah, I'll do that.
They send it, then immediately you hear in both, or Avi and Arlana, you hear in both of your heads, "You done found another boat? I knew
Yes.
y'all were my favorite." I mean, it's his response. He's responding. You can tell it's
Yeah.
Charlie. And I like that name. Make sure it's in big letters on the bow.
Hell, you win.
Johnny's gonna shit a brick when I tell him.
Still, you picked right on the name, Avi.
I figured it would work.
I guess we'll see. And then, like, the message just keeps going. I guess we'll see you probably about a year out. Keep that other boat safe.
We can
Thank you,
now not
Johnny.
have anything happen to this boat.
You realize that he had to send multiple sending spells to make sure all the words were used.
What time of day is it right now?
It's probably noonish.
Because I'm thinking if we make a job posting, I take it to the upper docks and put it up, and then tomorrow we could find.
Well,
Like-
your boats are about to be in dry dock, and other than like having a guard posted on them or nearby, y'all can't stay on the boats while work's being done in dry dock. So
So we might as well go up.
you need to find like a place to stay and have them talk to you there.
Yeah, we can find an inn. Basically, find an inn to take over. Essentially.
All right, party. I will be nice. I'll let y'all pick one thing: blue or rainbow.
I figured you go red,
Blue or rainbow.
blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all come walking up, and Kogo, if you want to show the rest of the party the pattern that you painted.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Y'all walk up, and it is a beautiful this pattern
What is that?
with the name Half Mast painted on the front. Don't forget to zoom in on the image.
Oh my god. Kogo, that's not the name of the boat.
It is now.
No, it's not. We already named the boat something else, and Charlie likes it, so that needs to be the name of the.
And this is its nickname then.
Oh my god.
So what name did you
Why
choose?
did we let her? Why did you say surprise me, Avi? What did I say? What did I say? Never tell Kogo surprise me.
Boss comes up and takes the paper and goes, I like the nickname. Especially when it's the Devil's Pride and it's a half-mast. Like, Boss almost falls down laughing.
Well, there went Charlie being happy.
Let's face it, that is not going to change anything for Charlie.
Also, DM,
and-
just to confirm, you actually zoomed in on the pattern, right?
I did not, but I see it now and it's too late.
Avi's gonna look at.
Okay,
Alana.
Charlie maybe, but Jonathan, really?
Oh, he's going to hate this.
He's gonna shit a brick for a different reason.
It's cool. We'll blame it on Ulrich.
About that time, you see Aldrich is legitimately just peeing off the side of the boat. What?
Why do we still have them here?
Because I'm fucking adorable.
That is the last word that comes to mind when I see.
We helped get you out of hell.
I believe we helped you get out of hell.
Mutual. We're all out. Alright, I'm done. Just
Weren't you guys doing something else before you got sent to hell?
oh yeah, we're from another plane. But I ain't getting back there anytime soon, so might as well enjoy myself while I'm here.
And Savi is going to look over at Arlana and say, "It's very simple. You give Kogo wins when you can, and when you have control over it. That way, it doesn't happen when it's not advantageous."
I guess.
So there's numerous taverns of various qualities in Stave, the area right next to the lower docks. I assume y'all want to stay in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Probably so, yeah.
Okay, so y'all can stay on the boat tonight, but tomorrow you'll need to make sure that you have a place to go. But Torben comes up. Do I need to go ahead and pay some of the crew since we're back in port?
We might as well.
Or do you, hold on, we only paid them like a week ago. Usually we pay when we make it to port, but that's months apart. I mean, I'm salaried. Most of us here are salaried. They're the goblins and the other halflings are not.
That's
You could still give them some so they have some pocket change to run around at port with if they want. Maybe not like, the full huge amount like you normally do every month. But
Yay, we found a boat bonus.
fair enough.
All right, well, I'll go. I'll pay him. Man, within a couple of minutes, you just hear, "Oh, holy shit, we done got paid again. I love this place. I never want to go home."
Lord.
one day. I'm going to have Kogo throw them overboard.
But they're so fun.
Tyrone's just looking at you like all sad.
You're
'Cause,
okay.
'cause he's like legit a 16-year-old. He's a kid.
You're okay. It's the other one.
I was gonna walk up, put his hand on Tyrone's shoulder, and go, "We both know. I mean Aldrich."
Yeah, but he's my uncle.
I'm very sorry.
He had a good run. Now that we have a legendary antique pirate vessel covered in dicks, we literally just painted it.
We can
Let's-
never claim to be the
let's-
classy ones, Avi.
I'm-
It's
I'm
just
gonna-
over
I'm-
it.
I'm just gonna put this out there, just so that anyone watching and everyone on this chat knows. To put it in perspective, Lux just painted dicks all over the Queen Anne's Revenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much.
So there is a part of me that is the history buff and the steampunk in me that is shocked and appalled. Then there was the agent of chaos in me, which has still not stopped laughing.
And then somewhere Ian McShane. The fuck did you do to my boat?
Yes. So, now that we have an antique pirate ship covered in dicks, I think it's time that we had the drink and we go find where we are going to be staying for the next week or so and holding interviews.
I'm getting Pirates of the Caribbean flashbacks when they were in Tortuga. Oh lord.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be about the same.
Might be. Are y'all gonna? I mean, y'all still have the day. Are y'all gonna go down to Bucksters again, or are you gonna go to the Spring District?
Oh god. Probably Spring District, but I don't think we should do Bucksters again.
No,
Yeah.
we don't need to waste all our money, Bucksters.
Avi's like, no, I did not get a single good thing.
You got
From
the
Bucksters.
maps, which led us into trouble, but also pirate ship.
Yeah, but I'm saying the vending machine that y'all spent like over 10,000 gold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Avi didn't make out very good.
That was less Bucksters and more one of the patrons.
At least you didn't get the self-aware journal or the armor of steel and vulnerability.
I gave him those gauntlets, which were really good to use.
In one of the decks. Or I guess in this case the deck, the other one was in our other game.
He has a deck.
Yeah.
Also, you didn't get the disco lantern or the mood. You did get the mood lantern, but you did not get the disco lantern. What did Avi do with the mood lantern?
It's around. I mean, it's currently in the it's currently on the Tory. It'll be
There's
moved
just-
into the
The captain's quarters has mood lighting going on.
honestly, I probably would have hung it with the thing that plays the music.
Like you say,
next to
you have the trumpet that constantly plays.
Yep, the trumpet of smooth jazz that's next to the plant that needs good music or it'll die.
Yeah. Oh, which, by the way, you've gotten one fruit from the sentient plant that is the equivalent of a moderate potion of healing.
Nice.
Nice.
It looks like a durian, though.
Oh no.
Does it taste like one?
You'll have to eat it to find out.
Not it.
All he did. That's Coco's thing. She'll eat anything.
I was gonna say I don't even have to say not it because I know Coco will try it. So where do we want to make a post a job post? Like I said, what, the upper dock?
No, the upper
Yeah,
docks.
upper docks. There's Orsport, which is the local. There's the upper docks, which is the high end.
We're here for a week. I say we set up 2 days. One for Orsport, one for the upper dock.
Oh, okay, I'm back. I didn't hear anybody for a second there. The one for
did
Orsport,
I
one
get
for the
that?
upper dock?
Yeah, did I get cut out too? I had a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If you can put one up in Upper Dock, you can put one in Orsport, but you found a bar named Anchors in Staves that you can rent completely out for your entire crew. For the week that you'll have to stay, you can give him about 100 gold, and it would rent out the entire place with breakfast and dinner thrown in for everybody, plus drinks.
Yeah.
Well, two drinks a person a day.
Yeah, that'll.
Like
That
when he,
will be
like
it.
the first one he says it's drinks are included. He looks at you and then sees some of your crew, and Anchor goes, "Nah, 2 drinks a night. After that, you
Yeah.
gotta pay for them."
I would feel I would. It would literally be taking advantage of you if I didn't. Also, you may want to specify which drinks are free.
You can
Just
have
saying,
2. You can have 2 alcoholic beverages a night for free. Regular
thinking-
like ciders or water that comes with your meal.
Okay. You don't seem to be following. Sizes.
I
If you
have
do not-
one. I have one size cup.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try this a third time.
Okay.
Specify
Okay,
your
alright, stop.
drinking.
Stop. Look, this is my beer. It's not top quality. This is my whiskey and rum. It's not top quality. 1 cup of either, or any of them, costs the same amount.
I'm gonna point over at Kogo, who's down the bar. Do you see the keg-sized mug on her belt?
Yeah, you can't fill your own cup here.
That's what needs to be specified to everyone, because if you don't, she will.
He points up, there's a sign. Personal cups no longer allowed.
That means nothing.
You know
Sorry.
why, Philip.
That means nothing to our crewmate. You need to be specific.
He goes, okay. Big lady,
Huh?
you're gonna use one of my cups. You can't use your own here.
But why?
Because I said so and I own the place.
That doesn't sound like a good argument to me.
Your cup's too big, Coco.
Go, big girl!
You drink
Coco
your hot
got a
cup, you
deal.
don't drink it all here.
Fine.
See, I got my point across.
Yeah, now see what it took?
That didn't take nothing. In fact, she was very polite about it.
I
Didn't try to stab anybody or nothing.
The night is young.
Coco's not really big on stabbing anyway.
I was gonna say, she doesn't really stab. She gets punchy.
He points at another sign. You get 1 punch before I decide it needs to have anything happen.
Yes!
Underneath it, unless it's me, and then something's gonna happen immediately.
Oh.
Anyway.
Okay.
I need to run to the restroom and make some more tea. Do we want to do a quick 5-er?
Yeah, though,
Yeah.
quick break.
Okay, everybody, we will be right back.
I am back.
Welcome back.
I have 10 minutes.
One of my dogs is scratching its rear end, so it's making it shake to the beat of the song right now.
I am back.
Hendrik said you did get the cigarette pouch, Avi. From
What's that?
From Mixel's machine, you got that cigarette pouch.
You do. Or I do. I do, in fact.
That's something. Oh god! Thin Mint tried to kill me. What? Thin Mint? He tried to get stuck in my throat.
The janitor at my work. So, my granddaughter's selling Girl Scout cookies, and I got them here.
He walks in like a crack dealer with a box full of cookies.
Because he is a crack dealer when he walks in.
Because he was.
I got the last box of Thin Mint.
It was me and another one of my chubby coworkers like myself. And it's like, you knew exactly. To cook.
You just went all robotic, so we missed that entire thing.
Yeah, we missed all of that. We're still robots.
Unless they.
DM.
Can you hear me?
We can now say all of that all over again.
At least it wasn't. Oh crap! It was connected to. Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can y'all hear me?
Now we can.
Yep. I thought it was just me, so I didn't say anything. But yeah, your husband, you went crazy there with your.
Disadvantage on you.
Yeah. Just disadvantage on the next Arlana roll.
Disadvantage on you. Disadvantage on your cow.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we're back, the next day, the Port Authority comes in. Okay, there. Let's see, you're gonna need some hull repairs there, and it's you're lucky we do got some mahogany in to do some of the inlay work that's been messed up on the boat. The foremast can be repaired. That's just a simple mending there. It's not a big crack. Captain's quarters needs some work done too. We took out the bone throne, so we won't charge you for the window we had to break to get it out. New ropes, repairs to the deck, pitch, all standard stuff. A new kitchen. That'll come to be about 8,000 gold. And that includes the minor repairs to the Tory that you got there too.
8,000. That, well, I guess it's to be expected when you have when you're trying to fix an older ship.
Oh yeah, when you got one of them older models there, it costs so much to fix them up. My dad used to have a CH schooner. Every weekend he's out there trying to fix the damn thing in a dry. So yeah, it's just to be expected. I mean, and also we're fixing other stuff on your boat. There's a couple minor things, like gotta do repair to your keel too. Also, it seems like there are some large scratch marks down the side of one of them. Had a little bit of a sulfury smell to it.
That we are aware of that. That is an ongoing issue that we are taking care of. That my shipwright will not, and my shipwright and my quartermaster won't let anyone near it. They say they have it. Don't even worry about that one.
Okay, there. Anyway, that's about 8,000 gold to fix both vessels. It'll be another 1,000 to reformat your other boat to have a set of cruise quarters. And we won't ask questions about the chains.
It's an old boat. It's an old pirate vessel.
I know that one, but I know that bit there. But some of them handcuffs were fuzzy, so yeah, not my place to judge. May the all bright shine on you.
Sure. That'll work.
All
Yeah.
right, that's 9,000 gold. Are you paying in hard currency, platinum, or check?
We that would pay it in platinum.
Out of character, do you have enough platinum to pay for that completely in platinum?
Oh no. I got it in gold.
Okay, so you can pay in a mix of platinum and gold. Just make sure you take out 9,000 gold worth of currency.
Oh
How
yeah,
much- How much does that leave y'all with?
we have spent 11,200 gold since we made it back to port, which only leaves us with 36,000.
Out of the
Only.
treasure hoard?
That's not counting. That's not counting 10,000 gold, 10,000 of gemstones, 12 110 gold emeralds, 10 100 gold rupees, 2 1,000 gold diamonds, and 280 platinum. Of course, Of course, we have not been back. We have not been back to Velo to split the gold that I'm taking out of. It's the raw gold that we found. It's the ship's fund plus the raw gold that we found. That's why I'm also keeping track of it as spent out of that. That's essentially the ship fund, and then everything else is kind of being held off so that we can give it back to Velo, so we can pass it off to Velo for the.
Well, remember, this ship wasn't technically within the. I mean, it would be in the contract since you salvaged it, but you could probably sell off more of the treasure from it to add to your ship fund, because you're realizing, I'll be in the backyard, they're probably going to just be stoked that we have them another boat.
Yeah, and this is true, but we've also got. I've got it all listed technically under ship fund, so.
Okay,
that'll
so
be it.
on that note, while you're in town, do you want to try to clear out those jewels that you got?
Yeah, might as well. There'd be a lot less stuff to individual things to keep track of.
Okay, you can just, you'll be able, I'm going to say that over the course of a week, that you'll be able to find someone to sell the stones. Sell the stones to, like going through different jewelers and also getting a hold of the Keen House they'll buy most of them off of you, so you can just transfer it to a straight gold transfer on that.
Okay.
Like you show up and mostly people, oh shit, that's one of the guys that found the pirate boat. They're the ones that found the immolation. Like, Koga, you've had someone ask you for an autograph.
Coco would have gladly given it, and it would have been nothing but scribbles.
The whole time, you see, thank you. Old Elder Gregory gonna put this in his shop to sell. And you see this odd Triton wander off. No one's gonna go back to Elder Gregory or send an annoying trooper to him.
No, I'm not going back there.
I'm contemplating sending Ulrich to him and telling him to ask him for the very special door. Tell him you need to see the really good stuff and you are open to all experiences. Trust me, your life will change.
That evening, Aldrich comes back eating a Snickers bar, like a honest-to-God Snickers bar, like has a wrapper that says Snickers. His hair is half shaved off of his head. You sure? We're not incorrect. You want one of these? They call them candy bars. You want one?
Coco will try one.
He gives you one of the Snickers that he has. It seems like all Aldrich bought were these candy bars. He said this was the really good shit. He was not wrong.
Coco's just gonna try to like gnaw on the wrapper because she doesn't understand the wrapper thing.
Oh no! Hold on. You gotta open it. Like, let me show you. You gotta peel it like that. It's like a banana.
Oh, like a banana. Okay. She's gonna sniff it and then take a bite. Holy crap.
It is chocolate. It is chocolate caramel and nougat.
I want more.
I got a whole box, sweetheart.
She's gonna like have her mouth full. We're gonna have to work something out with that.
I think we shall. Anyway, Avi, you should eat one of these. You should really eat one of these, especially when you're cranky.
Uh-huh.
Like that face you're making right now, it makes me think you need to eat one of these. Like, hold on. It like goes through and he pulls out one that says "hangry" and he hands it to you.
So that's just under 50,000 gold. He's going. I'm going to snatch it from him and walk off.
But that is that evening. No one addresses that half of Aldrich's head is shaved. Okay, so the next day you have some people that come in answering your bill of interest. They're listed under possible crew and under broken ore. Can everybody see them?
Whoop.
Where is it?
Underneath possible crew, underneath the party.
Yes.
Ah, there we are.
So these are the folks that are there. You can choose who you want to talk to and who you do not.
There's a kiwi!
Huh. Well, that's gotta happen.
He's a kiwi with a crossbow. You don't understand. I love kiwi bird. They amuse me. Swishy.
Yeah. Well, we've had good looking at this. We've had good luck. We've had good luck with the goblins we have. So I would say, as in fact, we've got interest from them. We should probably have Josh me in for the interviews for Gobert De Niro, Gabi Nelson.
Okay, Gobert De Niro says he comes with family, and I'm not so sure about his nephew who thinks he's a dragon.
Yes.
Drogob?
Kogo, if you want to show some of these to the people streaming.
Oh yeah, let me pull some up.
I'm not
So-
saying it's open for.
When you bring in Joshimi, he actually puts on like these little small glasses that he got while he's in port, and tries to look as official as possible, sitting at the table next to you.
Okay, so let's go by skills. What do we need?
We need everything.
Yeah, you technically need
There's
everything.
multiple of everything here.
But you can look at your boats. Like the Tory has a max crew of 22. Currently, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have 12.
All right,
I
let me
grab
grab paper. Because if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this.
Okay, what's a boatswain? DM.
A boatswain is a officer in charge of equipment and the crew. They're not quite a first mate. They're kind of like a deck boss, or they can be put in charge of a work crew.
Ah,
Basically, a quartermaster for people.
They're more or less your sergeants.
Yeah, deck boss.
So
All
right now you got Torben. Torben is your only deck boss.
Torben is boatswain.
Okay, yeah, Torben is a boatswain, or yeah, and a bosun is about the same thing.
Actually, I think boats. I think bosun. Bosun is the same thing. So we've got Torben. We've
Okay,
got,
so on the Tory, you got Torben, who is your deck boss. You got Stani, who is your shipwright and assistant navigator. You got Tyrone, Aldrich, Joshimi, Jensen, and Billy Gob, who are and Boss, who are all deckhands, and Greg is your cook. Avi, you've been functioning as the quartermaster. Kogo, you are also kind of you're a bosun or a boatswain, but you're left more in charge of the sails. Arlana, you are the chief navigator of the vessel.
I'm the helmsman. I don't navigate. That's what Avi does.
yeah,
You are correct. So Sani is your navigator, and you're the helmsman. I don't think I'm leaving any positions out.
Yeah, I tried to do the navigate instead of the boat, the helm. I think once, and that didn't go well.
Okay, so on the Tory, you got Torben, who is your deck boss. You got Stani, who is your shipwright and assistant navigator. You got Tyrone, Aldrich, Joshimi, Jensen, and Billy Gob, who are all deckhands, and Greg is your cook. Avi, you've been functioning as the quartermaster. Kogo, you are also
All right. So and then it's Bass, the two goblins, and who else are the hands?
Boss, who's kind of like second to Kogo on ropes. Then you got Billy Gob, Joshamy, Aldrich, Jensen, and Tyrone that are all deckhands. I mean, they kind of function as deckhands and riggers.
Yeah. All right. So. All right. So that's what we got. That's what we got on the Tory. So we need.
Now, on the Devil's Pride, you got a max crew of 16. The minimum it can operate with is 4.
22.
And the Tory has 22. You do not have to staff it with more. But you have a few options here.
Cook.
I think there's only one person to cook.
Helm. And deckhands. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so so essentially, if we want one person doing one person on each job, that'll pretty much take up half of the capacity on the Pride. So let's see. All right, so at this point, Devil's Pride for navigation will take.
Well, there's 3 that can be navigator. There's Brent, Bethany, Arwarl, and Javin. How do you say that? The human takes 18 a week. It could also be a scout. The dwarf also does ropes, and she goes for 20. Tiefling is willing to work for 30 gold a week.
All right, so
I say we go with the human or the dwarf.
Are you going to actually try to talk to any of them, or are y'all just going to go through this like a list of like, we want this one, and this one?
That's a lot of people to talk to. We could set all 3 of them down at once and have them tell us why they'd be better for the job.
I'm just asking if there's any you prefer, and you're going to pick them. Like, let me know. That way, I know which NPC I got to have ready.
yeah, let's do that. Let's list out who we're liking, and then we can talk to them from that point. So all right. So on the list, scout and navigate. Yeah, I think the. Navigator, rope maker.
No, Bethany, Brent, and Javin. Those are the 3 that have navigator in their description.
Is Kogo just like in a coma from eating all the Snickers?
Pretty much. No, she's mostly just listening. She doesn't have a real opinion just yet on anything.
So I'm thinking first on the list for we'll do Brent does navigation and scouting. So Brent, and we also have to realize, well, as far as who we have right now, if I'll be taking the pride, I think I want Torben to stay on the Tory for sure because of the two nuclear bombs on there, and considering the fact he's the man who built their holding cell. I kind of want to keep him close to those. So that puts Torben as the boatswain on the Tory. Yes, of course. And we're gonna have Kogo for sails and rope. Arlana on the helm of the Tory. Kogo, Torben. I would like to take Sonny with me on the Pride. Because older ship, I'm the distinct possibility, and actual attack vessel, I'm thinking I'm probably going to need her more often than the Tory will. Plus, she can jump. Plus, if she needs to, she can jump back and forth.
Fair enough. I'm thinking we keep the goblins together, and they're already kind of at home on the Tory, so we keep the goblins on the Tory. Yep, that's where they've been. So
Cook is Greg on the Tory, and deckhands get Bogey. So deckhands get the two goblins. I will take I'll take the halflings on the. No, I didn't. Yeah, I'll take the halflings. I'll take the idiot and the others, just because I think that's gonna give Arlana a break. Let's see. So they're done. And to do so that's done. All right, that's everybody except Bass. Nice. I'll take Bass with me on the Pride. That leaves that leaves navigation on both. If we're gonna drop that, or with Sani being able to do some navigation on the Pride, that leaves us needing a shipwright for the Tory. a boatswain for the Pride, a quartermaster for the Tory, or actually, we could probably get a quartermaster for both. A cook. Bax was doing some of the sales. A helmsman, and probably a couple more deckhands apiece.
So
Well, the
you're
Kiwi's a
taking-
boatswain, if we want to get him.
What was that?
The Kiwi's a boatswain, and we still need a boatswain.
Mhm.
Okay.
And they can also do scouting and making rope, so probably useful.
Okay.
And he's cheaper than Gabi Joe. So you're taking Sani, and you're going over. So we do need a navigator for the.
Yes. We need and if we want to let Sani do her shipwright thing, then we could potentially use a dedicated navigator for both, but definitely for the Tory. As well as definitely a shipwright for the Tory.
Yeah, because you were acting as our navigator. So.
So Kiwi, that I'm actually kind of liking Snizfran, because carpenter and accountant, that can kind of help keep us on the level potentially, and that gets y'all a ship, unless there's another shipwright up there as well.
No, Snizfran is the only one that comes to y'all that seems to know anything about carpentry or shipwrighting.
Should we actually be talking to them though?
Well, we're gonna make the list and then do it. So. That is Sniz. Oh, sorry. Kiwi. All right. We can. That puts Kiwi on. Okay, so Kiwi is also a scout. We can do Brent for navigator on the Tory. That gets y'all. Also gets y'all gets another scout on the Tory.
Okay.
The whole thing is I have Scout on there just for who would be good in the crow's nest.
Yeah. Actually, I'm looking at it. Maybe Bethany, maybe the dwarf, because she can make it.
I'm kind of liking the dwarf.
Yeah. Because she can do ropes as well. That's.
Okay, so what do we have left?
We need a quartermaster for both, and a cook for the Pride.
No one here is really got the skills for being a quartermaster.
That is not true.
Devonique.
Devonique,
and
the
quartermaster.
Okay.
The human cook, quartermaster, and boatswain.
So so that's going to be. So we definitely do Devonique because she can fill both of those roles on the Pride. And and we could always have we can maybe have either Bass or one of the halflings take over as quartermaster.
Well, the lady you were looking for quartermaster would be the quartermaster on your boat, where Bass and the halflings are.
Yeah, and that's what. Yeah, you're right.
But
We could actually up jump Josh me,
you could.
because Josh me is basically
I say we just up Josh and me.
okay.
He's earned it.
So who are you picking to interview? Or should I say, who are you picking to interview first?
If you want to just go down the list, we can just start with going by my list. That puts it first on the list would be Bethany.
Y'all weren't going to interview Devonique?
He's just going by the list he had.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going with Bethany. She is a stout dwarf, rather tall for a dwarf, like just shy of probably 5 foot. She just kind of takes a heavy seat. All right, what can I do? Or what can you do for me?
Yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm actually going back through my little matrix and writing down everybody. How long did you get? Okay. We are looking for quite a few positions on one of our 2 boats. What do you have? What is your skill set?
First off, I'm a navigator. Second off, I make fine rope. Third off, I don't take guff off anyone that works underneath me, and I respect those who work above me. I believe everyone deserves a fair shake. However, sometimes that fair shake needs to be over the side of a boat so they can get their head out there.
I like him.
I like you too.
Avi is going to look over at Alana and Kogo and say, I kind of want to let you keep the halflings now.
We can fight over it later.
She.
I work for 25 gold a week. You pay me when we make port.
That is the standard.
And I decide if I stay on your boat to go to the next one. Anyway, where are we be heading?
We first off, before we get there, I have my most important question. How are you in situations, or this is the best way that I can put this? How well do you deal with weird shit?
Well, my last crew that I was with, we got attacked by a kraken. We made it out, but most of us.
No.
We're talking
mean,
suddenly end up in a plane of
really-
hell weird shit.
I mean, really weird shit. Talking statues, caves full of, suddenly full of flesh-eating insects. The occasional trip to another plane of infinitesimal suffering.
You're
Possible
making
sex
me,
with
you're making me
poss-
feel like I need to add to my price to keep going with you.
Well, though, there is very much potential for hazard pay. I will say this.
Well, then I can deal with weird shit. You ever had a crew member turn into a werewolf mid boat?
No.
No, this one got cursed like 10 times over and points at Coke.
There was a good 3-month period where she was floating.
Coco, your beard also has not grown back yet.
Sometimes incorporeal and farting lightning, so.
These,
Yeah, Coco has problems sometimes.
Will I be on the same boat as her?
Probably.
Well, then I can deal with it.
Good answer.
Yeah, I like her.
I like her optimism.
You spend 6 months with a bunch of geth on a boat, you get used to some odd shit.
Well, get ready for more.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm taking that as I'm hired then.
It seems like that is a yeah. If my cohorts do not have any objections, I don't see any.
Nope.
I think
Okay,
we're
she
good.
holds her hand up. She holds her hand out to shake. All right. I'll be with you when we leave port.
You are what are your lodgings currently?
Oh, I'm staying over at the Spring District, enjoying myself, getting a medi-pedi later today.
Understood. If closer to the end of the week, you would want to come and actually stay here. We have the whole place available for our crew. You can come in and meet some of the rest of the crew.
Aye, I might do that. Anyway, I'm off. See you in a few days.
Yes. Cool. That's done.
One down.
If her penchant for not taking bullshit is high enough, I'm seriously thinking about leaving at least Aldrich on the under her.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll play that one by ear. Let's see. All right. I'm also I'm also gonna put Snips and
So are you going to put Aldrich back on the Tory just so he can work for Bethany?
we'll see. We'll because we can kind of now that we have this list, we can kind of change things up when we if we need be. I'm also gonna go ahead and put Snips, Corva, and let's see. Trying to find one more. I guess Swishy. I put the 3 hands on the list as well, because that will get.
We should set them, since they're all gonna be deckhands, we should just set them all down at one time.
Yeah, because that puts us total at 5, 6, 7, 8. That puts us at 8 hands. Which can theoretically, which will put y'all have the 2. Y'all have, well, now y'all have, and he can still help. On deck, Josh and me can still help on deck, but as far as dedicated hands, that'll give y'all 4, and I'll have the halflings. So that'll give me 3, and y'all will have 4.
Okay.
5 with Josh and me, who's also going to be doing quartermastership.
So call up Swishy, Corva, and Snips all at the same time to come up.
Yeah.
Okay, the first thing you notice is Corva is actually she's a full head taller than Kogo. I mean, she is a Goliath. She's a big lady. She's a big girl. And then the other 2 that sit on either side of her are, in comparison, tiny. Like, Swishy is a normal-sized kobold, just dressed all bougie. And Snips is a Kinku. He's like maybe 4.5 feet tall. So it is a contrast.
Alright, my turn this time.
Okay.
How do y'all deal with weird shit?
Corva looks at you. I'm a Goliath who lives in the archipelago beneath the equator. My people come from the snowy fields of the frozen north. Everything is weird shit here.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
Swishy. I can deal with just anything that comes my way.
How do you deal with, demons on a separate planet?
I would stab them. If I ever ran into them, I assume that's what you do with demons.
Fair enough.
Snips, just his head kind of cocks to the side a little bit. Then, weird.
Right, Kinku.
Weird. And he just shows, he pulls his knife out when he says weird.
I think that's how he deals with weird shit. So he fit right in.
These are all acceptable answers. Thoughts on goblins?
Swishy. I work with those lesser ones all the time.
Ooh, that's gonna be fun.
Corva, I really don't care. Job's a job. Your coworkers are your coworkers. I mean, I've even worked with those stuck-up high elves before. And then the Kinku, gop, 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 and gives a thumbs up.
All right, Kogo, you want to ask him anything?
Kogo's gonna look at Corva. You think we could arm wrestle?
I think you'd lose.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm always down for a challenge, my friend.
I like her. She is funny. I like her. She's good.
Do you want to do this right now? I mean, it's not customary in a job interview.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you'll find that nothing about us is customary.
Kogo's gonna clear off a space on the table, go sit down, hold out her arm.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's right. I can hear.
You hear the Kinku. Over the top. Over the top.
I like him.
They just make a straight strength roll, Kogo.
Ooh.
Okay. You start to push her back, but her arm is not giving. Give me another.
Oh.
She pushes, like you go, like she's just staring at you, and like you've moved her hand about, like to the halfway point, and she just like twists her wrist and takes you to the halfway point over on the other side. Give me another strength check.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
Kogo, she
Oh,
slams
no.
your hand into the table enough that your knuckles go numb. She lets go. I told you you'd lose.
Arlana kind of leans over to Avi. Damn.
She's gonna hold her hand out to shake her hand.
She shakes it, and that's when that you notice the guns on this Goliath.
Yeah, she's in.
Very impressive.
It just says, and she has a tattoo that in Dwarven says "Strong Draw Strong."
Oh lordy.
Very
Go
impressive.
for tough.
That's on the other arm.
So we got a Goliath.
About that, right at the time that the hand goes down, you also hear snips. Bwah, 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 bwah.
Okay.
And then Corbin, does this affect my getting hired or not?
Oh, absolutely. Well, welcome aboard.
Good.
Also, keep the comments to goblins being lesser to a minimum. We enjoy our goblins.
Well, then maybe this boat is not the right one for I, Sir Swishy.
That gonna be a problem?
Snips. Bougie. Bougie. Swishy just looks at the Kinku. Are you gonna hire the bird?
Are you not gonna come on if we hire the bird?
Yes.
We're hiring the bird.
I like the bird.
You have a good day. And he just gets up and walks off.
Bougie.
Alright, so we got the
Bougie.
Kinku. We need another one.
Swishy is off the list.
Welcome aboard, Snips.
Whoa. Whoa.
Sorry, Snip sounded like Grape Ape there for a second.
Great babe. Great babe.
Okay, so Swishy's off.
So Swishy's not there, but you got Snips, Corva, and Bethany. Which vessel are you going to stick the two new deckhands on? The Tory?
The Tory. We could do that. We could go with the goblins.
We have a lot of. I'm wondering about this Drow Goblin who has no skills and just comes with Gobert De Niro.
Does not come. It does not come with Goblin De Niro, according to this, though.
He's
Says
part
the
of the
son
deal
of-
if you hire Gobbert.
He's part. If you hire him, he's part of
You
it,
hire
and he thinks he's a dragon.
Oh, Drogo. Oh no, I don't know. I was thinking about Gobby Joe.
No, Gobby Joe's book.
Gobby Joe's separate,
Okay.
but it seems like the goblins are a 10 gold deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. We get 3, and as long as he doesn't set shit on fire.
All right,
then
let's
again-
talk to all 3 of them
but-
then.
But then again, Kogo farted lightning for a month. So
Yeah.
Josh and me goes, aye, that's true, she did. She fired lightning for a whole month.
All right.
Nothing we haven't dealt with before.
Aye, that's true.
Uh,
She also gave us the shits for 2 months.
She gave
Yeah.
you the shits.
I'm Navi.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Alana says, "All right, Gobert De Niro, Gobby Nelson, and
Yeah.
Drogob."
So you talking to me? Was that me you called?
Yeah,
All right, she's talking to me.
Gobby Nelson and Drogob.
And you see this kind of like probably at least about 12 or 13-year-old goblin get up. this other little one that's like probably like 3, that's dressed in these red dragon pajamas, and then this other one almost as old as Gobert De Niro gets up and they all walk over. Name's Gobert De Niro. How you doing?
Good.
That's good. That's good to hear.
So you 3 come as a package deal?
Yeah, wherever I go, they go. I mean, I got my cousin and I got my nephew. We definitely can't leave my nephew. I mean, look at him. He's adorable. Rar. Look at that. How can you not love that shit? Look at him. He is adorable.
He's not gonna try and like run and jump off the boat or something.
Oh no, he's a good boy, aren't you? Rar.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
I feel this is necessary to ask. Does he attempt? Does
Does he
like
set shit on
think
fire thinking he's a dragon?
that?
No, see, he's colorblind. He doesn't know he's actually got red on. He thinks he's a green dragon, so he just farts. He
Well-
thinks that's poison breath.
Well, we already deal with that with some of our other crew member.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's not just a useless kid. He's actually a good kid. Like, watch this. Drogob, do the thing. And he starts breakdancing, like you are amazed. Like he does the head spin and the worm, and then he just pops up and goes, "Ha!"
So
Rock, rock.
if he's your nephew, she points at Gobby Nelson, is he your son?
No, ma'am. He's not my kid. Goblins have big families. Also, cousin,
Because I just read that again.
nephew.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
And
So 10 gold a week for each.
we're legitimate cousins. We're related by blood. It's not like you see a lot of goblins just go, "That's my cousin." Then
So-
again, to be fair, we don't know who all of our cousins are.
So Gobert De Niro and Gobby Nelson are both 10 a week each. And
No,
then
it's the same 10.
that's the same
Oh,
10 for all 3.
Neat. He's cheaper. These 3 are cheaper than Swishy was.
Alright, so how do y'all deal with weird? She looks at the Drogob. Crap.
He just goes, Rar.
Jesus. Meant that as a question for all 3, but okay.
He is apparently unprepared.
Gobert De Niro. I think that might answer your question about how we deal with weird shit.
I think it does.
Alright. More goblins.
Josh me looks. Hi. Do you, sir, have any problem taking an order from a fellow gob? Nah, I'm pretty good with that. Don't really judge, since we get judged a lot, especially, if you got a nose like mine, you can tell it's been broke a few times, so, People like to jump to conclusions. I don't like doing that. Because, a goblin that jumps to conclusions, well, next thing you know, they blow up. Josh me leans over to you, Orlana. Aye, that's a truth right there. There's a good chance that at some point one of my people is combustible, based on his decision making.
Well, Josh and me, if you're good with them, I think the rest of us will be.
Kogo, you notice at this point that Drogob is just staring at you.
She's just gonna kind of look at him and like bare her tusks, but not like in like a mean way, but just kind of in like a chomp towards him.
He holds up his arms.
Kogo's gonna kind of straighten up and like look over around at everybody, like, what does he want?
Yeah, I think he wants you to pick him up, man.
Up.
Kogo's gonna lean down and pick him up and just hold him straight out at arm's length, just looking at him, kind of looking around, like this.
He grabs the frills of the little cape and holds it out and just goes whoosh, Whoosh. Whoosh.
She's gonna start tilting him from side to side and moving him back and forth so he can soar.
Oh, so it goes, all around.
And she will now start to run around in circles with him and lift him up, wish him down, all that good stuff.
Well, we adopted a baby goblin.
So while Kogo is doing this with him, Avi is gonna look over at De Niro, and so there's something that I'm glad that he's distracted currently. We have another crew member who will be on, or he'll be on my ship. He won't be on your ship, but there will be some interaction between the two. He is Dragonborn.
Ah, yeah.
Well, then, Drogob would probably really like that, but I might try to tell him to downplay so he doesn't think it's like appropriation.
I don't think Bass will be offended.
I don't think you will be.
You hear over to the side, I find this fucking adorable.
See?
Yeah.
Figured you would. We're good.
So y'all are gonna hire the goblins.
Take him
Yeah.
under your wing and teach him your dragony ways, Bass.
I don't have wings.
You know what I meant, smartass.
Mix those places right down the road.
I'm not going to any other establishment since that fucking picture. And again, in the hold of the Tory is just a watercolor painting, like a 6 by 4 foot watercolor painting of a bottle of Irish liqueur.
Kogo! Put him in the papoose!
Yes.
Drogob having the time of his life.
Kogo's gonna like take a break from interviewing and just put him in the papoose and just start sprinting around the ship with him and like jumping and stuff.
Kogo has a new favorite. Well, you'd be in whether we like it or not at this point, because I'm pretty sure Kogo would kidnap your nephew otherwise.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. We'll be back when the ship's ready. Unless you need us to do work now, like moving stuff.
Right now, no, but we do have this whole place just for our crew,
Okay.
so if you feel like staying here...
And since I don't make this offer to everybody, but if you need a guy taken care of, all you gotta do is ask, because she's been that good to my nephew.
Well, to be fair, we're pretty good at taking care of people ourselves, but we'll keep that.
Alright.
Okay, and they get up, and they move over to a bar with, they move over to the bar with Josh, or with Billy Gob and Greg.
More goblins.
More goblins. Who else do y'all want to talk to?
Do we want... Did we have the Kiwi down?
Kiwi.
Kiwi.
we got Kiwi, Devonique, and Snizfran.
Kiwi. I'm sorry, his picture is just adorable.
And I'm also gonna throw because I'm looking at my list again, and the Pride needs someone to helm it. So Avi will take on helm for the Pride, and we're gonna throw Brent onto the list because we're gonna need another navigator as well.
Okay, so who are y'all going to talk to first? Devonique, Kiwi, Snizfran, or Brent?
Let's go with Kiwi. Let's make Arlana happy.
He's cute.
You see this like maybe 2 foot tall tiny
God.
Aarakocra just come walking up and hop up on the chair and then hop up on the table in front of you. My name is Kiwi.
Oh my gosh!
I'm here for the work. Yeah, what you were saying.
What's your specialty?
I'm a good deck boss. I make ropes. I can scout.
I'm gonna Avi's gonna look over and just gauge Kogo's facial reaction to this tiny little bird person.
No, this one's mine.
Kogo's basically gonna stare, and then kind of like a dog, like that would be begging on the table, she's just gonna put both of her hands on the table, like right on the edge, and just kind of lower her head down to where they're right above her hands, and she's just looking at this tiny little thing in front of her. And just
So,
like, aw.
He is then going to move his glance to Arlana.
Arlana's in her head's like, oh my god, it's adorable. So,
is that visually? Can you see that by looking at her face?
Basically, her pupils have dilated so much her eyes are now black.
her eyes went shoujo. You can kind of tell on her face, she's kind of like, oh my god, this thing's cute. So, what's your experience with weird stuff? Like, out on the sea?
I was the deck boss for a boat that fought a whole bunch of ghost pirates.
Cool.
And then he pulls out from his bag on his back. And it's, he's tiny, so it's huge compared to him. A actual jawbone. Like, I took this from the captain of that boat with the ghost pirates.
Metal.
Avi is gonna look down at this kid. Look down at this guy. He's gonna look back over at the girls. Look back at the kid. They're fucking hired.
Hell yes.
I don't need to demonstrate my ability as a deck boss.
No.
If you did
No.
that, we're pretty convinced.
Okay.
You're
Just most people want me to demonstrate because I'm tiny. They don't think I can do certain things.
We're not a traditional boat in many aspects.
we ain't fucking normal.
I can tell.
Welcome aboard.
This is fucking great.
He holds out his little hand to shake.
Arlana shakes his hand.
Kogo's gonna, hold out, 2 fingers to shake his hand.
Literally, he wraps it around those 2 fingers. I don't know if she's patronizing me or not.
No, trust me, she's not.
No.
I don't think Coco knows how to patronize.
She is
not
lit-
gonna. She's
She
not gonna
is-
try to eat me in my sleep, right?
No.
Kogo
Oh, no,
doesn't
you're
patronize. Kogo doesn't believe in any religion at all.
Yeah, see?
Okay, I'm good. I know what to expect now.
We have this place rented out for the week, so you're welcome to stay here if you want.
You know what? I think I will. The other place I'm staying at told me that they'd charge me for a pillow, not a whole room. Fuck no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're better off here. Welcome to the crew, Kiwi.
Okay. I'm glad. And just hops off and wanders away.
Oh my
And
god, I really
Drogon's
hope
like-
he is as good at his job as I hope, because oh my god, he's so adorable.
Oh my god. As a player, it was such a bad decision to bring him on because his voice makes me want to fucking cry every time he talks because it's so cute.
It's cool. It's cool. And I knew that. Nox as a person knew that. You want to know why Nox as a person did that?
Why?
Hmm.
Because he's boatswain. He's my boatswain. He gonna be on my boat.
That's
so
true.
He's still so cute.
He's on the other boat.
Damn it.
He's gonna be yelling at Aldrich.
Oh, I'm gonna miss that.
If this is like between interviews, Navi's gonna look. We definitely need some scrolls of sending. That way, when not if, when it happens that Kiwi jumps down Aldrich's throat and tears him a new asshole, which I firmly, absolutely believe that he can. I want to broadcast that shit.
Osprum's tits, yes.
Okay, so you got Snizfran, Brent, and Devonique. Who are y'all gonna talk to?
Brent.
Okay, Brent shows up, and he is about as mundane human as you can get. Like, if he was any more mundane, he'd be, you know, the wood paneling of this room.
He's like a budget He-Man.
Good. Vanilla.
He's cheaper than the tiefling.
He just looks at you. Well, honestly, I think I'd compare myself to Butterscotch a little bit more because I'm pretty smooth.
Oh, God.
And rejected.
Brent, I would like you to take a look behind me, to the bar. There are 6 goblins, a 2-foot bird, a 5-foot bird, an 8.5-foot rock lady. You are sitting in front of who will be your bosses, which is a giant beast of a machine, Hawkeye Mihawk herself, and me. In this room, on these boats, no matter which way you cut it, kid, you're fucking vanilla.
You forgot the Dragonborn that's, you know, running around with the little goblin kid. That's fucking adorable, by
Yeah.
like, I think I got the diabetes from it.
I don't know if I can do with the Tad voice.
But I mean, I like it. I mean, y'all are equal opportunity employers. That's like really cool.
So you deal okay with weird shit?
I mean, I wouldn't still be in this room.
Well, it would be that or you're not too bright, so.
I've been accused of both.
Are you a good navigator?
Oh, yeah. I can navigate just about anywhere. Like here to Barbosa, from Barbosa to here, like over to Cien. Yeah, I do that all the time.
How much experience do you have?
I mean, I've been doing this since I was like 12, and I'm like 26 now.
Okay.
So for like a hot minute.
Just a question. How many pairs of cargo shorts and polo shirts do you have?
And how many pairs of Ray-Bans?
I don't have polo shirts. Those are passe. I have all the pearl snap button-ups. They're the new fashion. Not only I got one pair of cargo shorts. I mean, I'm broke, man. Comes in a like, look. And he pulls out this odd-looking book that has a picture of what looks like a giant fighting a human. It's right there. It says "Common Clothes Cargo Pants."
God damn it!
Oh my god!
God damn it!
Should we have talked to the tiefling?
Hendrix says.
Maybe we should also bring up the tiefling.
Hendrix says, "Hey, Brent, navigate yourself to the door."
I am literally weighing 40 gold a week versus putting up with this.
30 gold, but
30 gold.
maybe we should bring the other up and just compare them? Because the tiefling just wants to get out of town.
Which, to be fair, could mean that they want to run once we get out of town.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Do we want to call him up as well?
No, I think we'll stick with Brent.
Alright.
At least
I
he
gotta
seems like a
deal with
safe
him
bet.
anyway.
Wait, is he going to be navigator on my boat or your boat?
Nope, y'all get Bethany.
Alright, sure. Take Brent.
Wait, this means I'm hired?
Yes.
Yep.
You now have a job.
You won't regret it, I swear. Like, this is the most chillax interview I've ever had.
All right, get out before you ruin it.
Okay.
Yeah.
See ya.
Just get used to it. Welcome aboard.
Avi's gonna look at Orlana. She's not gonna like all of them.
Nope. Alright, we got Devonique and Snizfran.
Hey, Kogo, as you're starting to feel annoyed, you just feel something crawl up into your lap and just sit there.
She's going to look down.
Is it Drogob?
It's Drogob
Yay.
holding. It's Drogob holding Kiwi.
Oh my god! She's just gonna hold her hands out to the side and just go ah, because it's so cute.
Kiwi, he picked me up and won't put me back down. I don't think I'm supposed to yell at a child. This is I can normally just cuss.
We're not sure about the dynamic there yet, but we'll let you know when we figure it out.
Because I kind of want to tell them to put me the fuck down and yell it really loud, but right now, I feel like I'd get in trouble for yelling at a small child.
Arlana looks at Drogob. Drogob, can you please put Kiwi down?
Roar?
Kogo would give you a nice flying lesson if you do.
He would like to get down, please.
He just holds Kiwi out to the side and drops him.
Arlana catches him.
Well, Kiwi lands standing. I mean, it's not like he's falling like an immense distance.
And he's
'cause
also probably pretty light, so he's like a little bird just
True.
going thump.
Ugh. Well, he let you go.
I am gonna go drink because I am a grown ass Aarakocra who got picked up by a goblin child.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, you're gonna be on a separate boat from them.
Appreciated. And just wanders off, and you just look down, Drogob. Squawk, squawk, squawk.
Drogob, we don't need to go around picking up Kiwi or, other crew members, okay?
He nods and then pulls a rat out from underneath his little flap that's wiggling around.
Oh no.
Pick up, pick up. Pick up, pick up.
Where did you get that?
He points over towards a hole that's in one of the bottom of the boards.
Yeah, you
She kind
can
of
have that
reaches
one.
over. She kind of reaches over and tries to kind of open up his hand. Let's just not pick up random things, okay?
Drogob starts to open his mouth and pull the rat
No.
towards it.
No. Kogo's gonna reach over and just put her hands over both of his hands. Just
We don't
nope.
need to eat things we pick up either.
That is bad. That is nasty. I have other nasty food you can try, but not that.
Gobbert, does your nephew regularly
Avi-
try and eat rats?
They're his favorite food.
Is it safe for him to eat rats?
Well, I mean, we all eat rats. I mean, it's as safe as anything else you eat. You ever get one of them sausages from a street cart?
Good point.
I'm gonna stick with my fish stew.
Avi is gonna look at Arlana and Kogo and go, 2 days ago, we watched 2 of our goblins eat 150-year-old chickens.
That is true.
Kogo's just gonna remove her hands and be like, "Okay, you can eat it."
Joshua just leans over and looks at him, and you hear him say something in Goblin, And then Drogob drops down, goes over and sits at a separate table and puts a napkin under his, like, tucks it in, and then just goes to town on, and
Oh
just
my
goes
God.
to town on the rat.
That is so
We didn't
horrifyingly
just watch
adorable.
them eat the chicken, so this is a little bit. Oh,
Yeah.
It's just a circle of life, ma'am. Just a circle of life.
yeah. I don't. It's a good thing we don't already have a rat problem on the boat, so they're gonna have to get used to eat.
Okay, so now are y'all going to talk to Devonique or Fran?
Let's go with Devonique.
Devonique walks over, looks at y'all, and before she sits down, you already are going to hire me.
Maybe.
I'm the only cook. I'm the only quartermaster. And you can already tell just by looking at me, I'm damn good at my job.
Why are you fat? That means you're good at cooking.
Oh no! Oh my god!
You look a little skinny to me.
I originally went on keto, but that's not what I cook for everybody else. She then puts a crock pot with a stone jar with a stone lid on it down in front of you and produces a fork. You're gonna hire me.
Kogo's gonna take the fork and take a bite.
It is the best greens that you've ever had in your life.
Kogo's going to glance from side to side at both of her compatriots and swoop up the bowl and run away with the fork.
Ah, you mooch!
She goes, I also have this, and she puts down several other dishes that she brought with her. You also notice that the goblins are helping bring the dishes over too. Thank y'all, honeys.
Do you have like a traveling cooking cart or something that you brought here? Jesus.
I had a wheelbarrow.
Fair enough.
When you try not to be a ship's cook, you gotta bring a sample.
All right.
You hide.
So
Try some of the. Oh, try.
It is some of the best food you've ever had.
Yeah. So how do you deal with weird crap?
So
I'm a cook. I deal with people.
Yeah, we don't exactly always deal with people.
Honey, you don't understand what I'm saying. I work in a public kitchen. I deal with people. You ever work retail?
No, but fair enough.
So here's the thing. I have no objections. Where are your current lodgings?
At my family's house?
Not anymore. I need you here tonight. Tomorrow morning, tomorrow morning, you will be coming with me to the ship to inspect, to see what the space you have to work with, so that we can start getting your kitchen together.
Told you. She just kind of says that to Kogo.
She's gonna kind of like glare for a second and then shrug and nod her head and go back to finishing off the greens.
All right. I can do that. I just gotta tell my brother to get my stuff together. Might take me till tomorrow morning to get back, though. I live out in River Oaks.
As long as tomorrow we will go. This kitchen. The work is going to begin tomorrow because the kitchen on this ship was old before it was walled into a cave. So everything in it is garbage. We will be starting fresh.
I like that idea.
Welcome aboard.
She goes, boys, if you give me a hand, and you see the goblins all run back over to start picking up stuff, and you notice that all of them they're chewing on something and eating on something.
Oh, she's good.
Joshua goes, she gave them pralines.
Oh yeah.
Billy Gob? And you see Billy Gob turn around with like the biggest, like poofed out cheeks. Tell me, boy. Did she leave me one too? Like you hear this gravel to Joshua's voice you've never heard before. And you see Billy Gob slowly and sheepishly produce a praline that has a bite out of it. And he goes and puts it in front of Joshua and runs back.
Don't worry, she works for us now. You'll get more.
Aye, I know that. And then he just like you sometimes forget that Joshua is a goblin.
All right, so Snizfran is the last of them.
Okay, and the gnome walks over. She grabs her seat, shifts so she can look at y'all. Hello there. I'm Snizfran. Gallop, Womsocket, Sloobaloo, Cod. Yes, I know it's a gnomish name. You can just call me Snizfran. Or Fran.
Not Sniz.
No.
So, what's your specialty?
I am a carpenter. I work for my father's shipwright shop over in Felling. I am also fairly decent as an accountant and have been on more than one occasion a deckhand on a riverboat.
No, we're a bit more than a riverboat, but
Oh yes, I understand. You have the vessel I'm being considered to be on is a frigate, a light frigate, 150 plus years old, ornate hardwood. I've done some research. I've talked to some of my friends that are in the docks.
I feel like you and Tani will have a lot to talk about.
Zani.
Zani, whatever.
All right. And the question seems to just be the one we gotta ask everybody. How do you deal with weird
I will deal with any weird shit you throw at me that does not involve a sexual position.
Good answer.
Oh.
Damn it, Coco!
I was gonna look at Kogo and go Goliath.
You hear Aldrich. All right, call dibs.
Arlana's gonna look at her. Sapalo.
Yeah. But, like, many more months before Sapalo. And Kogo's gonna get real sad.
Don't let it be a freaking demon again, okay?
Also, hasn't Kogo been using Aldrich?
Yeah, but he just called dibs on the Goliath, so she's assuming now that he's out, so she's gotta figure something else out.
I don't think Aldrich's is into monogamy.
I don't think Kogo is either.
True, not really.
So you're good. Anyway, if you're good with this lot,
I think I can be.
she looks over at Avi and Kogo. I think her skills.
I think it'd be useful.
You wouldn't have to be the only one keeping up with all the money and everything.
how would you how as far as your skills go, how do you do under pressure?
She just points at this war club that's she left leaning against a backpack at a table she was at earlier. With that,
Yeah.
Another good answer. I like her.
look, when you're my size, you learn to really deal with things so that people get the point. And she just points at Jensen. Get the fuck back. And like she doesn't even look at him, and Jensen. Well, you never know if maybe wow. I'll be leaving. He just backs away.
Yeah, whether you were hired or not, I'd give you permission to hit him.
Yeah,
I don't need permission to hit him.
Well, he technically works for us, so if I didn't, we might have a problem, but I would, so it's negligible. I say she's hired.
Yeah.
She's good with me.
Hendrix does not approve. Boring gnome, boo.
Okay, as y'all are doing that, y'all do Hendrix walking over to talk to Goliath, and you hear, you feel a tug on your sleeve, Arlana.
Who is tugging at my sleeve?
It is Kiwi. He just looks at, is the halfling on my crew or the other crew for the vessel I'm being hired for?
He's gonna. They're all gonna be. They're gonna.
Okay, just wanted to check before I did this. And he walks the other side of the table. You get the fuck off of her! I will stab you straight in the goddamn ear, you sack of shit! It comes out of nowhere so fast that Aldrich literally falls down and knocks over a chair. What the fuck was that? And Kiwi jumps and lands on Aldrich's chest. Now, I told you, you're not going to go talking to them. You're not going to try to do anything that's inappropriate because you're representing me when you go out in public. You understand that, you tall bastard? Aldrich's like, I don't know what's going on.
He's your boss now. Deal with it.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Arlana falls out of her chair.
Kogo's like
Okay,
shrunk
okay,
in a back.
remember, if he drinks anything over 2, it's on me.
Kogo's like shrunken back, like actually rather intimidated and scared of the tiny yelling fuzzy thing.
Arlana is just on the floor, just dying.
Josh
Oh, I like him.
Joshime's just gonna put one coin on the table. I'm not sure who actually made a bet about that, but I'm pretty sure I lost because I gave it a week.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
And the whole time you now hear this booming, shrill voice of what he does and does not expect his crew, his deckhands to do while in port. And if they do anything wrong, he will literally murder them.
I love this decision.
For some reason, I believe that he's being serious about that.
I 100% believe it, and I love it.
He does everything that you really are thinking on the inside.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, you got the best one.
And the thing that's really funny is then Joshme holds up a piece of paper that some of the information on Kiwi. I would say there, sirs and madam, that I'd want to be him when I grow up, but he's only 2.
Oh, I might have to borrow him at some point just because, god damn, that was hilarious. Oh, I think we made good decisions tonight.
I agree.
And with your crew selected, I say this is where we end tonight's game.
I didn't think we were gonna spend the whole time finding a crew, but that was awesome.
Yeah. We that was this is gonna be fun.
See, and the good thing for y'all is that most of them will never leave or I should say, the good thing for me is most of them will never leave the boat. They're there to assist you in boatly activities. But you now have kind of like a small army and 2 war vessels. Well, a war vessel and a cargo ship.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I'm
Alright,
going to
guys.
enjoy goading Aldrich into
See, you're gonna do that, and I'll just come back. I'm not fucking doing it. I think that tiny thing's just intimidating. Did you see? It's like a chihuahua.
Alright, are y'all ready to say goodnight to the
I'm
stream?
clear.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Don't let your meatloaf.
Good night, everyone.